What's up, guys? It's your boy Darskin, and today we are going to be making the Genshin Impact tier list. Now, before I get into this video, I do want to preface by saying every single character in the game can be used, with the fact that you can upgrade weapons and artifacts and elemental, combos and things like that. Every character can be used. Every character can be good. So before you guys take this tier list and be like, oh, well, you said this character's D tier or C tier, so I shouldn't use them. There's only one character that I recommend no one use, and we're going to talk about that once we get into it. So, without further ado, and I'm going to be making changes. I just want to put that out there. I'm not going to put a character somewhere and then just not talk about them or say anything. I'm going to be doing all of this stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it, as far as the game. So, I guess we're starting with Amber. I guess, I don't know, but anyways, Amber is, your starter pack bow user. She's not crazy good. She's not that bad though, comparatively. There are some good things, some bad things. Amber is a very average character. She's very, very average, right? She does what she needs to get done. She doesn't really go above and beyond as far as like her ability, her ultimate. You're just like, if you have another bow user, chances are you're using that other bow user. The only reason why she's remotely usable is because she's fire and bow, which, like, there's a lot of fire stuff around the map, and the other fire users are not as good, debatably, at what she does because she's ranged. So yeah, Barbara, SS tier. Barbara, listen, Barbara is the best healer in the game. I know a lot of people, oh, well, what about Chi-Chi? This is the thing about Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi scales off of attack, right? Barbara scales off of HP, and Barbara's E heals, her ult heals, and her autos heal. There's no discussion. She is the best healer in the game. Like, I'm telling you, bar none. Now, Beto. Y'all know how I feel about Beto. If you watch me stream, if you watch me play, you know how I feel about Beto. I love Beto. I think she's insanely amazing. But if we were to actually put her on a tier list, I think she's like A tier. I'm gonna be honest. I think she's A tier. S tier is basically you do something that literally no one else can do, and there is no other unit in the game that can heal as much as Barbara. Literally she heals on every single thing. Every other healer heals on maybe one thing or maybe two things, right? So that's why I have her where I have her. So for anyone that wants to know, that's why I have it that way. Bennett. I think Bennett is a cool character. I like Bennett personally. I know a lot of people may not know what Bennett does, but his ult, when you're below 70% HP, it heals you and your allies, and if you're above, it gives you an attack boost, making him a damage support dealer, right? I think he's A tier as well because of his utility, to not only do damage but also heal, and he can give an attack boost. So he just has that versatility there. Really, really nice in my opinion. Chong Young. Chong Young is a character that grew on me in the beta. He himself is not super good, but he does have the ability to give his team ice, which is really nice. Bars. But like, I think he's B tier because of like, it's like you literally don't need to have any artifacts or any weapons on him to do what he does. It's still nice, Same thing with Amber. Amber, you don't have to use her for any combat or anything. But, around the world when you're exploring, there's a lot of things that you got to burn with fire, or a lot of stuff you have to shoot with arrows, which just makes her really useful in that regard. Now, D-Luke. Y'all should already know where D-Luke is. Listen, alright, so I've already said that every character is good. Every character can be used. Now, if we're talking single character orientation, D-Luke does the most damage out of any unit. If we're talking about one character, I'm almost certain D-Luke is that character. We're talking damage. He has 3 procs of his E. His ult does this big firebird and gives him fire damage, he's just super good. He's so good. Fischl is S tier. Now, the difference between SS tier and S tier is pretty much you doing something that literally no one else can do. Fischl, at the end of the day, is secondary DPS bow user, which is she's very good. She has a lot of damage. You know, I would say like, but she can't do it by herself. Not saying you have to do it by yourself, but like she becomes infinitely better with a good water unit, right? Say you got like Mona or something like that, she becomes infinitely better. But as far as she being very unique to herself, I don't think she is, because there are going to be units that have more upfront damage. There's going to be bow users that are more versatile, or because most bow users are just utility. Amber's literally utility, right? You want to taunt, you want to shoot something, you want to put something on fire, right? Utility. Fischl is not necessarily utility, she's more damage, but she's going into an area where she does not excel comparative to like D-Luke or someone that does damage, you know? So I don't know. I feel like, you know, S tier. Now Jean is SS tier simply because of how she, not only, like, she's just very easy to the point where she solos things because of her ult, because of her ability, and then like you look at her passives and everything like that, she's a very, very easy character to use. And like with along, like, if you, how do I put this, man? With Jean, if you've used Jean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She's just very easy to use. She has a lot of simplicity on top of her E ability, and she's wind, so she can combo with a lot of different things. On top of her ult being able to heal and do damage, she's just all around a really, really good character. She's debatably like the best well-rounded character in the game. Kaya, I don't know, man. Look, y'all should. He's D tier, man. This Kaya is the only character in the game I don't think anyone should be using, right? He is a single-handed sword user, so he is going to fight with characters that use single-handed swords like Kaching, Chi-Chi, the MC, etc., which is not good. On top of his E, it's not constant or anything, it just comes out and that's it. So you can't really combo with it, and you can't really combo him with anything like that. And his ultimate is just not good, right? Like those three things going around you, like the area, how far away it is from your body. If an enemy's right up on you, they don't get hit. And then it's like he's not ranged, so if an enemy's away from you, they don't get hit. It's just not a good ult. Like, he's just not good. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys might like him. I don't know. He's not good. Kaching. I think Kaching is S tier. And I only say this. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, she's SS tier. What do you mean? The reason why I say she's S tier is because what Kaching does, almost every lightning user does. You know, she does a lot of damage. You partner her with the water unit, she just becomes insane, you know, whatever. I do think she's better than Beto, which is my favorite character, so that's why I put her up here. I do think Fischl being a lightning bow user gives her a lot more to the table than Beto, and that's why I put her S tier as well. But there you go. Klee, I don't think Klee is actually that crazy. I don't think Klee actually, like, I've seen gameplay of her. You get to play with, well, you got to play with her in the beta. I played with her. She just doesn't seem like anything special. I mean, I'm gonna put her A tier because, I mean, she's fire. She does bring damage, but that's it. You know, I would even debatably put her B tier. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I just don't think she's like insane or anything like that, at all. Now, Lisa, C tier. And the reason why I say this is because Lisa, I know a lot of people like Lisa, but Lisa becomes a lot better with, all electricity users become a lot better with a water unit, but it's like, I just don't see the appeal in Lisa. Between like her damage, her skill, and her ult, like, She seems like she's just secondary damage utility, or you know, a person to combo off of. You know, maybe she's B tier. I don't know. Like I just don't see the appeal in her personally. I just don't see it. I will say, if you partner Lisa with a really good with a water unit, she becomes infinitely better. So like I feel like I said, every character can be used except Kaya. Like, so that's like the bottom line. Mona, SS tier. Mona has got to be the easiest water unit to combo with in this game. She's got to be the best water unit, in my opinion. If we're talking about not healing, because healing, you could be any element and heal. Like, that's whatever. So Barbara is like not in that category for that. Anyways, Mona, super good unit. I've seen so many people use her. So many people love her. You partner Mona with Lisa, Lisa becomes insane. You partner Mona with anybody that's a lightning unit or whatever, they just become very, very well. She helps anyone she is around, unless it's D-Luke because he's fire. But like anybody else outside of that, she just becomes very, very good with like, and then like her movement speed with her, like her jump in the ground thing. She's just overall, I think she's really, really good. Very, very, very good. Ningguang. Ningguang, I know a lot of people like her. I think she's just not that good, right? You know, her shield that she puts up is nice, but like enemies can walk through it. Melee enemies won't get affected by it. I don't see. Now, this is the thing, right? Her attacks, they get the jades, right? Whenever you attack with her, she creates the jades. But then again, it's like, doesn't her shield, what's her shield scales off her HP? So it's like, do you want to build attack? Do you want to build HP? So it's like, I feel like she's all over the place as far as what you need to build or do, because her barrier is HP, but do you want to build attack? But she's not a damage dealer. So it's like, her not being a damage dealer is like, well, building attack is going to give you damage, but that HP is for that shield. Like with Beto. Beto's counter, how much she can tank or whatever, scales off of her HP. But she's a damage dealer. She's DPS. So you can just build her attack HP and you're fine. Like my Beto has over 10,000 HP and she has like 800 attack stat. So, you know, you get to that, that's how that works. But it's like building her attack whenever she doesn't really have it, she doesn't have like any attack skills. Like her skill's a defensive skill. It puts her in a weird spot. Noel, I think Noel is B tier. Noel is a very beginner friendly character. I don't think you're gonna ever run Noel if you have Barbara, which Barbara is free at AR 20 before patch 1.1. So it's like Noel giving that shield is nice. Noel having a chance to heal when she attacks is cool, but it's like you're not gonna be wanting to use Noel, right? Like say you have Noel D-Luke, you're gonna pop her shield, you're gonna switch to D-Luke. You're not gonna be using her. So that's why Barbara is so good. You can pop her heal and switch. You don't have to use her, right? Unless you're playing with friends or something. But at that point, it's fine. So like that's where I put her. Chi-Chi. I think Chi-Chi's really good. I don't think Chi-Chi's a better healer than Barbara, simply because Chi-Chi scales off of attack, Barbara scales off of HP, so having more HP means more percent heals, means more, you know, sustainability. Now, I will say Chi-Chi's very, very good, and Chi-Chi has the ability to do damage, in which case Barbara does next to no damage. So, right, like I have a book on Barbara that gives me increased attack when I switch off of her. Like that's how I'm playing Barbara. And the book I have gives HP percent. So it's like Chi-Chi can do damage, which is really nice. Chi-Chi is like Jean, so to speak. That's basically what Chi-Chi is. Chi-Chi is basically Jean, except not as good, because Jean is Wind, who combos with almost anything, and Jean's just really easy to use. Now, Razer. Razer and Beto have the exact same job, except Beto's a little bit tankier and Razer does a little bit more damage. Razer, I feel like, is A tier. Yes, Razer does a little bit more damage. Beto does more upfront damage. Razer does more consistent damage. What I mean by that is Beto's counter is going to do more damage than Razer. right? Like if you had one hit, Beto's doing more. But Razer has the ability to cycle his ultimate over and over, so he's going to be doing more long-term damage, like constant damage. So, I mean, Razer's really good unit. I highly recommend as a damage dealer that, you know, if you guys want to use him, use him. He's very, very cool. Sucrose being a wind user makes her a lot better than she would be if she was any other element. I would have put her B tier had she not been wind, but I'm going to put her A tier because of how easy it is for wind to combo, on top of she's like a great value Vinti. If you guys have ever used Vinti or seen Vinti, you know what I'm talking about. She's literally great value Vinti. So if you don't have Vinti and you have Sucrose, you got your great value Vinti, 100%. Now, the MC, I'm putting S rank. MC, well, both of them, right? I mean, you could put her up here because she's a female if you want, but like, I'm putting them this. And the reason why is because not only are they wind, which combos with almost anything, they have an ultimate, which is also wind. They get free upgrades, basically. Like, you don't have to get dupes for them because they're the main character. They do have earth element, which the earth element's not good, right? If the earth element was like amazing, along with the wind element being amazing, they'd probably be SS, but that's not the case. Once they get more elements, they'll probably be SS tier, right? Like once they get fire or lightning or whatever, they're probably gonna be SS tier. But yeah, that's how they work. Vinti, if you, the Church of Barbados has spoken. Vinti is SS tier. There's no discussion. He is the best bow and arrow user in the game. Vinti had his ability is a knockup. Now, it being a knockup is nice, but they also fall slowly to the ground. So they're going to be in the air even longer, and it's on a short cooldown. It's like, what, 6-7 seconds? So he's going to be able to kite almost anything that is not like a huge boss, right? Like if it's not a big boss, he's kiting them. On top of, if he holds it, he can lift himself into the air, which is amazing for climbing mountains and stuff. I have every Animoculus in the game, and I'm missing 2 Geoculus. I did all that with Vinti. I also had wind buff because I had 2 wind users on my team. But yeah, Vinti, super crazy. His ultimate, he's probably got the best ultimate in the game. Not for damage, but after that. Because if you shoot his ult and you apply any element to his ult, he gets his ult back. If there's like 4 or 5 enemies, which generally there are, you pop his ult, you put an element in there, he's getting his ult back. He's going to get his entire ult gauge back. I thought it was a bug. It's not a bug. That's how his ult works. Super amazing. Zhengling. I'm going to put her, I know I'm getting a lot of hate depending on where I put her. I'm going to be honest. I think Zhengling is, okay, she's A tier for sure. I was thinking B tier, but nah, she's A tier. I think Zhengling is A tier off of her. Like, people are going to hate me. People are going to hate me for putting her B tier. I think she's B tier, man. I'm going to be honest. Like her E ability is nice, right? The interval flame thing, the bear is cool. Her ultimate is all right, you know. Her ultimate is like a better Kea ult, which it works. It goes around you constantly, right? And it's a much larger radius. But Zhengling is usually a character that you use, like you use ability and switch off. You don't really do. Now you can do that. You can fight with anybody, but she's not even. She's like secondary damage utility type unit, but it's like there's better characters with more utility that can also do better things, and as you can see that with the other characters. Not to say Zhengling isn't amazing. Zhengling is amazing. I love Zhengling, but I feel like she is definitely not. You know. I think she's B tier. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for that. I'm sorry. Zhao. I know a lot of you guys might not know what Zhao does. Look, man, he SS tier. There's no character that can do what he does. His E is a dash that does damage, but he has 2 procs of it. So basically, if you use one dash, that dash will start recharging, but he still can do another one. So he has two dashes. His ultimate literally just makes him stronger. Just makes him stronger. He can jump higher. So then you can spam his air attack, right? So you jump, slam the ground, jump, slam the ground, and you will kill everything. He is disgusting. If you don't know what Zhao does, go look up Zhao, man. He's amazing. Trust me when I tell you. He is crazy. Zhengling, he can give damage reduction. He can heal a little bit. He's pretty nice as far as utility and giving to the team. And he's a water user, so you can combo him with lightning. Like water, like there's like, I know there's like, it's not biased, but like electricity just does too much damage. They have too much in that category. Water is just too good to partner with electricity. So generally you will see lightning and water higher along with wind. And then Pymon, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with her. We're gonna put her there. Because I don't care for Pymon, really, honestly. But yeah, so like this is my tier list. Barbara, I think she's the best healer in the game. D-Luke, if you play D-Luke, man, I don't need to talk about it. Jean, Mona, Vinti, Zhao. Then you got the S tier, which, you know, I've already went over it. A tier, I feel like, you know, I've went over it. B tier, C tier, D tier. There you go. But anyways, I'm letting everybody know now, this is my opinion. I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, because there's going to be people in the comment section. That's just how it is. But this is my tier list on Genshin Impact. You guys can take this and run with it, do what you want. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys did in the comment section below. With that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.